Right then, guys, so we're going to do a bit of a test. I'm going to play Skate 3 for a little while I just talk to the camera. I'm doing a YouTube video to test whether or not it works properly, because, believe it or not, recording YouTube videos of gaming is not quite as... and there goes my shin. Is not quite as simple as the way I do it on TikTok, where I just point it at the screen and it works. Right, everything is a problem, from capturing the microphone audio in sync with the game audio, from the game audio being in sync with the game video. Like, that was a problem that I've just had to solve. This is actually my second time doing this video, you know, because the first time I did this video, I spoke for 15 minutes just chatting, and it was just unsynced the entire time, and I have no idea why, and I dread that would happen while I do an actual playthrough of a game. I don't know how YouTubers can trust that it works every single time. Like, the way I want to do this, because it's the most convenient, is I can use OBS to record a single file, and on that single file is the gameplay and the audio. I don't want to do any editing to it, because if I'm going to be doing Let's Plays, I don't need to be editing it much, really. So I'm hoping that works, because otherwise then you have to do editing and rendering, and it doubles the process. You know, I just want to play games, click record, do some talking, and the guys that will enjoy it, and the guys that won't. It's my boys and girls from TikTok. You guys are great, you know. There goes my body again. So yeah, I just hope it works, because the first time I did this, it doesn't work. I'm just gonna pull the sound down a little bit just to see if this helps. We'll see, because my voice definitely needs to be louder than the game. That's for sure. We'll see. Like, I just dread recording like a whole playthrough and something not working properly, whether the frame rate's choppy, whether the audio's out of sync, whether the audio levels are off. Just everything is a ball ache, right? Right down to things that you don't even think would be a problem. So, like, here's one for you that you would never have expected. So for you guys to hear the gameplay audio, yeah, the Elgato has to capture that audio, yeah? However, I playing still need to be able to hear that audio, right? Which means I can't also have the sound coming through my TV, because if it comes through the TV, then it'll be picked up on the recording twice, once through the Elgato's input, and then again through my microphone that's picking up my voice, which would obviously be a problem, because then you'd have an echo. So the solution to that, you may be shouting at the screen, is wear headphones. Absolutely, that is a solution. However, on the PlayStation 5, you plug in headphones, and now, instead of the audio going to the Elgato, it goes to your headphones, and the Elgato doesn't record audio. God knows why that's a problem. On PS4, you used to be able to send audio to the headset and the output. Like, you could have it do both, like the TV and your headphones, the equivalent of, you know? Now it doesn't. It's stupid, and it's annoying. So the solution to that is... what I have to do is I have to click listen on the PC. So I've got headphones plugged into my PC, and I'm monitoring the audio from the Elgato live. So I'm technically hearing the audio that way, not directly through the PlayStation 5. However, the next problem is that my motherboard doesn't actually have Bluetooth built in. Didn't know this until recently, and it's a problem, because that means that I can't use Bluetooth earphones and things like that. So what I'm having to do is I am having to plug in a PlayStation 4 controller, and then plug in some old Apple earphones into that PlayStation 4 controller's 3.5mm jack, and then it functions. It's a whole convoluted way that I've had to do this. And again, I could just get a pair of regular headphones with a longer wire and plug those into my PC and do it that way, wired. However, those would be over-ear headphones, right? And then, have you guys ever tried talking while your ears are completely covered over? You end up shouting because you feel like you're underwater. You can't hear your own voice properly, and that doesn't work well on a recording. On a recording, you need to be able to hear your own voice properly, and you can't with over-ear headphones. You'd have to be able to monitor that as well. But the audio isn't being picked up through headphones, it's being picked up through... So you see how this is all a bit of a faff? Like, I've been ranting now for nearly 5 minutes about how difficult this has been. This has been a long night, can you tell? Like, I'm going to be uploading this at probably 2 o'clock in the morning, and it's just a test. I don't know how many views it's going to get. I don't expect it to get many. But if you guys want to be helpful, I need to get 4,000 hours of watch time so that I can start monetizing things. So leave my videos on while you sleep so that those hours can rack up. That'll be fantastic. Love you all. Let me tell it's so sad that you guys are going to miss the video that just is lost to the audio being desynced, because I was telling some cool stories in that video. I told a story in that video, right? I'll tell it again, and maybe I'll crop it down for a TikTok as well. So, fun fact, I actually started doing YouTube videos when I was a young teenager. I think I was in year 8 in school, so I'd have been like 12, right? I used to love the Machinima Respawn guys that would play Call of Duty, and I remember wishing that I could have been one of them, but I was just a little bit too young. When I was like 12, they were like 16. I was a squeaker. It would never have worked, you know? If I was just born a little bit earlier, I always used to think that could have been me. But, you know. Anyway, so I started doing YouTube videos, even as a squeaker, and my form tutor in school found out about it. Now, this guy he's one of the best form tutors I ever had. He was a nice guy. However, he wasn't able to read the room on this one very well, and do you know what he did? One day in form, he put on one of my videos on the big whiteboard in front of the entire class, and I was the sort of kid that got picked on because I was 3 foot tall, fat, asthmatic, nerdy, and not very good at social situations myself at the time. So you can imagine how that went for me. Anyway, long story short, I ended up quitting the whole YouTube thing, even as a kid, many times. It just never stuck. But now I've got the ability to use YouTube to use TikTok to help push it. I've got a decent skill at being able to grow TikToks. I've done it on 3 different accounts now. Between my 3 TikTok accounts, I've got 750,000 followers. So like my ability with that algorithm is pretty set in stone. So I can use that to give myself a boost. Hopefully the followers there that watch my playthroughs will want to watch my playthroughs here as well, I hope. I always have a lot of people asking me to do longer form content, but I suppose we'll see how many actually transfer over. Hopefully enough to make it worthwhile doing it, because I'll be honest with you guys, this is a hell of a lot more effort than the videos that I make on TikTok. But I'd love to be able to turn this into a business that is a career and make money off it, because it'd be fun. At the end of the day, if you're going to do something all day, every day, you need to be getting paid for it to be viable before you're starting to sacrifice elsewhere. Like I made a video about this, like how like I like being honest with you guys, and this is the truth, is that with the amount of time that I put into my Kale Talks account, I put less time into my Kale PT account, which means that I make less money. Which, because we're nearing the end of the tax year, I'm okay with, because that's how that works. I'm just waiting for April 6th so the tax year can renew. But obviously I can't do that forever. I can't neglect the one that makes me the money the most. I have to do that. But if I'm able to build this into something that does make money, then I can justify that amount of time and never stop, you know. Like I love making these videos. That's why I've done it for free for like 6 months, 200 videos a week. It's fun to me. It's what I've always wanted to do as a kid. I used to watch Let's Plays as a kid, right? The first 2 Let's Players I ever watched on YouTube. Actually, I'll crop this into a TikTok, hang on. When I was a kid, I used to watch lots of YouTubers, but the 2 main Let's Players that I loved was a guy called Lord Vega and another guy called Necroscope86. Lord Vega has a Let's Play on Silent Hill, and I think that was uploaded in like 2006, 2007. So that'd have been like 8, 9 or so. And Necroscope would do Resident Evil videos, the original Resident Evil games. There was no remakes back then besides RE1 remake. And I used to watch both of these guys do it all the time, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. Taking somebody through a game that they otherwise wouldn't be able to experience just because of modern hardware limitations, things like that. Like, it's one of the things that I enjoy about my TikTok, to be honest, is that I play a lot of games that other people don't play, and they get to experience that game sort of semi through me. Like, as a kid, my family didn't have a lot of money, so I didn't have every game that I wanted to as a child. It's not like now where I've got adult money and can buy my games whenever I want, and I don't really have, like, I'm not interested in a lot of the things that people spend money on. Like, I have 2 pairs of trainers and I've been wearing them for 5 years. Like, I just don't care. The only things that I will spend money on really outside of like the needed stuff is games. So like I have the games that I want. So I don't watch gamers on YouTube anymore because I just play it myself. But I'm also aware that not everybody can do that. So like if I can provide an outlet for people to enjoy games that they otherwise wouldn't be able to play because of whatever reason, then that's cool to me, you know, and it's fun. I like the idea of being a host, taking somebody through an adventure that is whatever game it is that I'm playing at the time. And like I said a million times on TikTok, is I'd be playing these games no matter what anyway. Like, even if I wasn't recording them, I'd still be playing a lot. Granted, here's the facts, right? I wouldn't be playing as much as I do, that's fair. Like, this year I have played an extraordinary amount of games. Like, I've played 60 games in the last 3 months, all the way through, and beaten them, yeah? I wouldn't normally do that many by March, by most years, or near enough April, I guess. That's fair. Like, most years I probably average 80 games per year. I've done that in the first 3 months near enough. So I'm playing a lot more than I normally would. I still play more than a normal person, that's for sure. But if I wasn't recording, I'd be playing less. But point is, I'd still be playing a lot. It's still a lot. Like, 80 games a year is still a hell of a lot more than most people with normal jobs, so I get that. So I've got no reason to ever really stop filming. So, like I say, if I can turn this into some sort of profitable thing, then that's fun. I'd love some. So, this is a huge stretch, but I've seen some people comment saying that I could be the next Rad Brad. I mean, fucking God knows about that. Man has 13 million subscribers, so I doubt that that's going to be the case, but we'll see. Maybe people will enjoy the game log content over on YouTube. I suppose we'll see. But we are approaching the 11-minute mark now. I'm probably just waffling at this point, so if you guys haven't already, click the follow button, subscribe to me, love me, all that sort of thing. Feel free to check out the Patreon if you want to support me over there. And yeah, see you later. God, I hope this video isn't fucked up and is in sync and I can actually upload it. We'll see. Wish me luck.